Hey everybody, it is Jesse with Nintendo Revised, and I'm coming to you with another test video. In today's video, we will be discussing Arzette, the Jewel of Faramore. So, version 1.2.0 is on cart. The revision on the back of the cart is 002, and at the time of testing, there is a patch that is currently available to version 1.3.5. Although we do the testing without any patches downloaded, and so this is strictly vanilla from the cartridge, no patches, no updates. And for this test, I did complete the campaign 100%. In order to do this, I did have to light all the beacons. I found all candles hidden within the levels, found all hidden coins, all bonus rooms were completed, all jewel shards were found, all items were collected, all main and side quests were completed, and all upgrades were obtained. Now the game has very minor bugs. One of the first issues that I actually encountered at the beginning of the game is when going into the shop. So when buying an item from the shop, the player has to hit the item with your sword. Now, sometimes when swinging the sword, the item that I was trying to purchase would actually not be obtained. I had to swing the sword a couple more times in order for the game to respond properly. Another issue I noticed is related to certain platforms. Now, Arzette is going to be our main character, and when standing on certain platforms, for some reason the character's feet would overlap the platform or even be slightly under the platform. This doesn't affect gameplay in any way, it's basically just an aesthetic issue. It's not really a big deal, but it is something that I noticed. Now, my main issue related to this game happens to be with the controls. Now, Arzette herself doesn't feel very precise when jumping. It took me some time to adapt to the jumping mechanics. It just doesn't feel very precise to me. Now keep in mind that I am a person that plays platformers all the time. That is my main genre. I would say that this is somewhat of a Metroidvania platformer type of game. There is a lot of platforming that is involved. And unfortunately, the jumping just did not feel quite right. Like I said earlier, I did adapt, but even still, it felt a little bit off to me. But it is something that can be adapted to. Additionally, you can hit up on the D-pad or analog stick. This basically allows the character to interact with a door or enter in a new room. Now, sometimes when I was trying to get into a door or into a new room, I had to hit up a couple of times in order for the game to respond. Again, it's something that just doesn't feel very precise. It feels like there may be a slight input delay at times. It's not horrible by any means, but it is something that is there, and I think most players will adapt fairly quickly, but it's just something to consider when playing the game. Now, the last issue that I personally encountered are related to quest. When doing a specific quest, there should be an exclamation mark that appears on the top of a level when the next part of the quest is available. So for example, if the player has received a mission from a character to go collect an item, an exclamation mark should appear on top of the level where that specific item is hidden. Now, these don't tell you precisely where the item is, but it gives you like a point of interest. While the exclamation mark did appear in most scenarios, it did not appear under certain circumstances. Now, personally, I used the guide, so it didn't necessarily affect me in any way, but just keep in mind that for those that won't be using a guide, this could prove the game to be a bit more difficult for exploration's sake. There are some languages that are built into the cart, which is English, French, Italian, German, Spanish, Brazilian Portuguese, Dutch, and Norwegian. There are also difficulty options. Now keep in mind that the difficulty options that are available at the beginning of the game is easy and normal. I did beat the game on normal myself, and once that's done, a new hero mode, which is a harder difficulty, is unlocked when beating the game. Now keep in mind that I did not do hero mode at this time during this test. I just completed the game 100% on normal mode. But there is some additional difficulty options available for those that would like to test further. As far as accessibility options, I didn't find any at this time. And there is no DRM. I was able to start the game without having to link a Nintendo account. I did play this on handheld mode on my Nintendo Switch OLED, although keep in mind that time of recording this video, it is being recorded on docked mode. This is the only time that I did play this docked, otherwise I fully played the game on handheld mode. If you have any questions, just let me know down below in the comment sections below. Also, please like and subscribe if you did enjoy this video. For more tests, please continue to watch this channel. Nintendo Revised, out.